day. Good day, everybody. How you doing? Who's out there? Who's out there on this wonderful Wednesday evening? Who's out there? How everybody doing? How everybody doing on this wonderful Wednesday? Beautiful evening. Out here smoking a cigar, reflecting back upon life. You know, I was talking to a friend of mine, and like I said, this friend of mine, you know, he went away. He did 28 years. And a lot of times right now, what people don't understand is he did 28 years in prison and 3 years on parole, 31 years. Bizzle Champ, what's up? How you doing? He did 31 years, 28, Shanti, Kelly, how you doing? He did 31 years. You know what I'm saying? 28 in, 3 on parole for a crime, a murder that he did not do. Let's sit back and think about it. He went away and did 31, 28 in and 3 out. Wasted 28 years out of his life. That, guess what? He was innocent. And you know what? Anybody that know anything about me is when I did made a deal, when I did cooperated, you know what? The first thing out of my mouth, I told him this guy was innocent. This guy was innocent. But yet and still, the Manhattan District Attorney Office received the information way ahead of time, before the guy even went to trial. They even did what they call a bootleg investigation. And right now is, they knew I was telling the truth. I was trying to free an innocent man, to prevent that man from going through any type of unnecessary trial and tribulation, because I knew he was innocent. But you know what they did? The people, law enforcement, the Manhattan District Attorney Office, guess what? They swept that information under the rug. And you know what they did? They dogged him. What's up? Hey, Tone Ice, I responded back, letting you know how you can get the book. I responded back and let you know how to get the book. So they swept that information under the rug. And they took this man to trial, knowing that, guess what? He was innocent. But they had one guy. They forced this one guy that had a case, Puerto Rican guy. They forced him to lie on my man. My man went to trial. You know, he went to trial. He had Murray Cutler, my old lawyer, who happened to be the father of Bruce Cutler. Hankin TV, what's up, my brother? How you doing, man? Shout out, man. Shout out. Anybody that's out there right now, if you want some good contact, make sure you go out there and subscribe to Hankin TV. Hey, Hankin TV, put your information out there so anybody that's on my platform, if y'all want some good, solid contact, good, solid content, and not only that, he putting out business plan. He actually writing business plan and talk about business plan. So anybody that's out there that want to open or get started with their own business, this man, Hankin TV, is writing business plan and showing people what they need to do to start their small business. So that's what the Bryant Glaze Gibbs, the real Bryant Glaze Gibbs platform is all about. How do we help? How do we get back? But anyway, like I was saying, getting back to the story about my man. Okay, he went to trial because he knew he was innocent. If he was guilty, he would have, got his lawyer to get him a plea. But once again, he didn't ask for a plea because, once again, I'm innocent. I'm not going to take 10 to life, 15 to life, 20 to life for something I didn't do. Here it is. The crime happened in Manhattan. He was in Brooklyn when the crime took place. But it didn't matter. Like I said, when I made a deal, I came clean. I said, yo, this is what happened. He didn't have nothing to do with it. They knew about it about, 6 months to a year before he went to trial, and they still made that man go to trial. And he went to trial, and he blew. Imagine being convicted of something you didn't do. I want all y'all to think about that. Everybody, I got 12 people on here. So out of your 12 people, close your eyes and imagine that you have to go to court, go to trial, and get convicted for a murder you didn't do. And right now is, how in the hell you gonna deal with that in your rightful state of mind? You locked down. You shouting at the top of your lungs, I'm innocent, I'm innocent, I'm innocent. but nobody want to hear it. And then you have a person like me that committed devious, crazy act. And when I made a deal, I came forward. I admitted to everything I did, and I said, look, this gentleman over here, he's sitting facing life for a murder he didn't do, and they didn't care. And you know what, folks? That's what you got to look at, man. That's the time and era that we living in. Because once again, these folks supposed to be lawyers. Because when you go to law school, you go into law school to be lawyers. Some become criminal defense lawyer. Some become district attorney. Some become entertainment lawyer. Some become civil lawyers. But once again, when you take that oath and you know right now is that you got information about somebody being innocent and you still sweep it up under the rug, you tell me who's the bad guy. You tell me who have principles and morals. You telling me about integrity. What is integrity, folks? Integrity is doing the right thing even when somebody's not looking. But when you got information, reliable information, that somebody's innocent and you still convict them, come on, who's the real crook? Who's the real criminal? I got 13 people on here. Can I get 13 likes? Is that hard? What's so hard, folks? Listen, I got a new platform. It's the real Bryant Glaze Gibbs YouTube channel. Anybody that's been following me in the past know I had a platform with over 64,400 subscribers. So what happened was over 942 videos, 10,200,000 views. So anybody that right now that was following before, once again, I want you. I cannot use that platform no more. Get them likes up. Get them likes up. I don't know what it is, man. It's like right now people watch you, but they don't want to support you. I got peace out there. I got like, what, 60,000 views, but I only got 4,000 subscribers. Folks, hit the like button, subscribe, share. That's what it's all about. But anyway, getting back to the story, man. My man wasted 25 years out of his life. During that period of time, guess what? His daughter had to grow up without a father. He lost family members. His best friend was like his sister. She passed away while he was in there. You know, so when you sit back and you look at the things that people go through, I don't understand why people don't click the like button. I don't even understand either, Tonice. I don't know that either. Like I said right now is, you know what? I do understand. You know, because I was like that at one time. It's like our people hate to support each other. Our people rather hurt one another than support one another. And even right now is, I was once part of that. I used to do things towards my people for some BS because I didn't have true identity with myself, because I was a lost, sick soul. I get into a disagreement or somebody say something I didn't like. I want to hurt them. I want you disrespect me. You got a nerve to talk that way to me. You offended me. Now I want to take your life. I want to take your head off. Folks, it's not about that. That is what I call emotional immature. And a lot of times right now is we have to grow out of that. We have to learn, like, hurt people hurt other people. So even during that period of time, I was hurt. So guess what? I wasn't supporting nobody. Only thing I was supporting is me and mine, me and my crew, me and my people. If you part of me, then whatever happened, guess what? We got each other back. That is a bunch of bull crap. And that's what it is. What I did is I had a bunch of people following me for the wrong reason. But getting back to the story, as I was saying, my man, he missed how many birthdays? How many, like he said right now, is Christmas, New Year's, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, birthdays, his mom's birthday, his kid's birthday, his grandkids. How much did he miss? Out of what? Because he happened to be a victim of circumstance. And even with that being said or whatever, the brother finally got out. And people don't understand, even though when you go in front of the parole board, even though you innocent, in order for you to get out, you have to really lie and say that you was guilty. You have to plead guilty at the parole board, despite you went to trial and you got convicted and you've been appealing, you've been letting people know you innocent. But guess what? They don't want to hear that. They do not want to hear that. They feel you in denial. They feel that you're lying. But no, how many people that we have that's locked up in the system? Tina, how you doing? Salute, salute, salute. How many people we have locked up in the system that is innocent, but they got railroad? And right now is you got to go to the parole board. You've been for 25 years. I've been telling y'all I'm innocent. But now in order for me to go home, I got to lie and say that I'm guilty and show some type of form of remorse. That is the most hypocritical thing that I've ever heard of. But that's life. That's what we dealing with these days in time. And to me, like I said right now, is, you know what? This brother right now about to get some remedy because once again, they know he's innocent. And people don't understand, like, easy to get in and so hard to get out. You're right. Trouble is easy to get into and hard to get out. But the objective is, how do we get our kids to understand that street life is overrated? How do we get our kids to understand that there's no shortcut in life? Only thing come fast is trouble. Easy to get into, hard to get out. How do we get our kids to stop picking up that brick, throwing at that prison wall for absolutely nothing? I became who I became. Glaze. Bryant Glaze Gibbs. I became who I became from the age of 14 to 24 years old. 14 to 24 years old. Sit back and think about it. What was y'all doing between that age of 14 and 24? Hopefully, y'all was going to school. You graduated from high school and went to college, or you went into the military, or you started a career and you worked your way up and you retire now. To me, what I did was I was in love. I was infatuated by that street life. Hit the like button. I was infatuated by the street life. I wanted to be down. I wanted to be cool. And a lot of times what people don't understand is I was unbalanced. I had some mental issues. I had some mental health issue. But once again, right now is a lot of us, as far as color people, we don't want to say something's wrong. That my marbles, I don't have all my marbles. That up here is not functioning correctly. It's like every time I get upset, I black out. And the only thing I do is see red. And the only thing I do when I see red, I want to hurt people. I want to relieve my frustration. I want to relieve my anger. Glaze is scary out here. I am 48 years old and I stay praying for my 2 young kids. And you know what? Like I said right now, I don't know where you at, Tonice, but once again, like I said right now, it's about the environment. Because even right now, despite it's scary, it's all about where you at. Because a lot of times right now, I don't know, man. Like I like to say that I'm 92 years old. Okay, anybody, you in Boston? Oh yeah, I heard some. Yeah, Boston can be rough, but the objective is if you can find your way out of Boston and go like further south. But once again, crime is everywhere. At one point in time, you have safe haven. You had different places you can go and you can feel safe. Now it's no more safe haven. Anywhere you go, things can happen. I can remember when I got out of prison and I was telling my ex-wife, my son was like, what, 9 years old, 10 years old. And you know, once I got out of prison, I got myself together. I said, I want my son out of New York. I want my son to come to me in Colorado. You know why? Because I feel in Colorado, I can coach, counsel, and train him and raise him to be a law-abiding citizen. And right now, just before she decided that she wanted to make that decision and send him to live with me, a situation happened, a school shooting. One of the worst school shootings happened in Colorado, Columbine. And right now, I can remember getting that call from him. I thought you said Colorado was safe. I thought you said Colorado was a safe haven. And that's when I had to realize there's no such thing as a safe haven no more. But I'm saying right now, Colorado still was more safer than New York City, Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying, East New York, Cypress Projects. You know, it was still safer than that. But once again, like I said right now, I got the opportunity to get my son. And right now is, once he came to Colorado, I tried to instill certain principles and morals and values Like I told him, I said, look, when he got there, I said, look, man, here it is. This is your room. This is your bathroom. Okay? So once again, you got chores. Your responsibility as like a 9, I think he was 10 at the time. I said, your responsibility as a 10-year-old. You know what, better yet, I think he was older now. I think he was like 11, 12. I said, your responsibility gonna be, guess what? Here it is. That's your room. That's your bathroom. Keep it clean. The kitchen. Guess what? You eat when we eat, but if you want something to eat, you go down there, you fix you something to eat. But the only thing different is you clean up after yourself. I'm saying on the weekend, if I'm in the garage, washing my car, truck, you gonna be down there helping me. So once again, I said, look, your only job is to go to school and get good grades. That's it. Go to school and get good grades. I gave him a calendar. I said, here it is, you're gonna get allowance. So with this calendar, you can mark when is your mother's birthday, when is your grandmother's birthday, when is your brother's birthday, you know, when is Mother Day, when is Christmas. So once again, based upon your allowance, whatever you need to do for their birthday or for Mother Day or for the holidays, you got your little, you know what I'm saying, saving. You got a little fund that you can utilize. If you go to school and you do good in school, whatever you want, within reason. You want the new Jordan? Why not? Because you deserve it. But see, folks, it's all about right now is how do you get back? Was I the perfect parent? No. No. But right now is what I know about parenthood was the same thing when I talk about the allowance. When I talk about the chores. When I talk about, like, you know, trying to coach, counsel, and teach him is what I got from my belated mother. Because right now is that's what she instilled inside of me. Any good, you know what I'm saying, of Bryant Glaze Gibbs came from my late mother. And like I say, I try to instill that in him, taking him to church, you know, letting him know right now, right from wrong, letting him know like what we need to do and how do we need to do it. Because once again, I effed up. And I didn't want my son to go through what I've been through. You know, gotta pretend, gotta burglarize, gotta rob, gotta steal, gotta sell drugs, gotta commit crime. Why? Because we wanna be fly. We want the latest shoes, sneakers. We want the designer jeans, a sweatsuit. Nah, that's heavy. Your mother is the first teacher. The legend, thank you, man. You're right. My mother was my first teacher. My mother was my mother. My mother was my father. My mother was my big sister. My mother was my best friend. My mother was my confidant. And people do not understand that. And like I said, when I lost her, rock my world. You talk about cry. You talk about depressed. You talk about, I felt I lost my mind. But even with that being said, it's like right now where it's, guess what? I made a vow that when I get out, I was never going back. I was never going to commit crime. But like I was saying, like I start off talking about my man. Basically right now, he got convicted for murder he didn't do. And right now he did 28 years in. He had to go to the parole board and lie and admit that he did a crime that he didn't do. When I made a deal, I told these people, yo, he's innocent. But it didn't matter. I lost my mother while I was in prison. I feel for you. Hey, my deepest condolences to you, man. My deepest condolences, man. My deepest condolences. You know what? The death of my mother helped me to wake up and helped me to realize and helped me to understand. You know, like I say right now, was when you was out there, when I was out there in the street being glazed, when I had a crew called Eminem, Money and Murder. You know what I did? Right? What I did was, even though I was inflicting pain, I was destroying families and community. You know what? It didn't affect me until it hit home. When I lost my mother, it was like a wake-up call. It was like a slap in the face. What? This is what, and this is how you make other people feel. Yes, I understand, brother. Changed my life. That's what it's all about, man. Change. Pain. People don't understand what change. Like I said right now, when I was incarcerated in a hole on February 9th, 1992, and I got the news when I made a call, I got the news that my mother died. Man, whoa. And like I say, that type of pain you don't wish upon your worst enemy, you know? And another thing I want to talk about is this, man, is everybody's so huge and worrying about, everybody's so fascinated about these street guys. I did a couple of pieces about Big Meech. Something came out in regards to that Big Meech made a deal. And a lot of people, oh man, you lying on this man, you doing this with the paperwork. Folks, a lot of times people don't understand right now is a lot of deals is made without no paperwork, or the paperwork is sealed. So a lot of times right now with the US government, the way they work, if they want people to know that you made a deal, they're gonna blast it all over. But if they don't want people to know, they're not gonna blast it. So a lot of times people make deals and there's no paperwork. It's no paperwork. So once again, like I said right now, only way everybody knew that I made a deal was because when I made a deal, it was New York Daily News. Henchman was sing for the feds. It was out there. April 13, 1989. East New York, 318. Blessing, how you doing? Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what I'm saying? April 13, mother are the closest thing to you. Merrick, 718. The kid, what's up? Bushwick in the building. Salute to you, Bryant. May the blood of Christ always cover you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, like I told you right now, I lost contact with a lot of people because I lost my page. So this is a new platform, the real Bryant Glaze Gibbs. So anybody that's not subscribed, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you support. Like I said right now, I lost 64,400 subscribers. And like I say, you talking about mad, depressed, burnt out. But you know what? I bounced back. Right now I'm still missing 64,000. I'm still missing 60,000. I got 4,000 back. So once again, like I say, anybody that want to support the real BGG, the real Brian Glaze Gibbs platform, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you share. Make sure you copy and paste. Send to everybody that's in your phone. Make sure you copy and paste. Send to people in DM. As far as right now on IG, make sure you copy and paste. Send to people on Messenger from Facebook. But it's all about the support. We'll help build it up, Glaze. Hey, Tone Nice, thank you, thank you, thank you, man. Hey, if you order your signed copy of the real, the book, Beyond Lucky, the real Brian Glaze Gibbs story, a true story about crack, money, murder, and redemption, I would throw in Straight from the Street, Volume 1, and Straight from the Street, Volume 2, audiobook for free. But folks, a lot of times people want to talk about the snitching shit, cooperate and all this other stuff like that. And, people don't understand. This stuff is real. This stuff been happening way before our time. But the objective is, it's not the point about snitching. How do we stop our kids from becoming criminals in the first place? How do we let them know, guess what? Man, the feel like Jack could take me back, man. Yeah, that used to be my thing, man. That used to be my thing, feel like, man. Feel like. I used to go to Simon, shout out to Simon, man. On Belmont. Shout out to Simon. Let me tell you something about Simon. Simon was a school teacher. His last name, I guess, was Simon. And he was a school teacher. And what he noticed, like all these kids, and he was at a school in Brownsville, one of the worst neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York. He was in Brownsville. And basically right now, that's where the school was at. I don't know if it was a junior high school or high school or what, but he noticed how kids was coming to school trying to impress one another with all the sweats and the clothes and the designer. And what he did was he stopped being a teacher. And he opened up a clothing store right there on Pickett and Belmont called Simon, right across the street from Harry. And he sold all type of urban wears, sneakers and everything. And he made a killing. And even right now, when I was out there, I used to go on Simon with me and my guys. And sometimes I used to buy like $6,000, $7,000 worth of clothes. And you know what? I used to have way more than what I had in my pocket. And this dude used to let me walk out there, on credit with 4, 5, 6, 7,000. Because he knew I was good for it. He knew I was coming back and I was going to pay him. And what I'm saying is, look at that man. He was a school teacher. But right now, everybody knows school teachers don't get no money. So what he decided to do, he decided, I guess, cash out, retire. Basically took his 401k plan, took his money and opened up a clothing store. And he made a killing. So right now, like I said, I don't even know whatever happened to Simon. I don't even know whether Simon still exists. But like I told you right now, he went out on fate. He went on a dream. That wasn't his desire. He went to school to be a school teacher, and he became a school teacher. And right now, he watched all his students, how infatuated they was with fashion. So he took his money, man, later for this. I'm gonna open up a store. And man, like I said right now, I knew it was in business, and I know it was doing great business for quite some time. But folks, listen, what we gotta do is teach our kids how to be law-abiding, productive citizens. Teach them right now, guess what? It's no shortcut in life. Only thing come fast is trouble. Easy to get into, hard to get out. Like I said, I wasted 15 years out of my life that I cannot get back. And I look at what I'm doing now. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a homeowner. I'm married. And like I say, I'm looking at the things I'm doing now. And I'm saying to myself, it was always there. And you know what? I developed work ethic, work habit from being incarcerated. And to me, when I got out after my mother died, I said I was not going back. I was never going back to jail. And I can remember when I got out, the United States probation officer, I had 10 years supervised release. 10 years supervised release. And right now, when I got out, right now, the U.S. Marshal and the United States probation officer, they had a bet. One of them bet that the U.S. Marshal say he would be back in jail within 45 days. Wow. The United States probation officer said, I'll give him 90 days. Because I remember when I met up with them, and I told them, listen, I learned my lesson. I am a changed man. I am not going back to jail. They said, well, it's gonna be hard, about getting jobs and all this other stuff. I said, look, I don't care. I will start at the bottom, work my way up. They said, well, if you can't get a job, what you gonna do? I said, look, I sat back and thought about this in jail. And I said right now, look, aluminum cans was going for 5 cents a watt. Jeffrey Suarez, what's up, man? I saw Tut Mother last night on Zoom. She's looking good. Happy for you, Glaze. You are perspiring these days. Thank you, Suarez. Jeff Suarez was a classmate of mine. So I told him, I said, look, man, I know aluminum cans, soda cans, is like 5 cents a pop. Beer can, 5 cents a pop. I said right now, if I can't get a job, what I do is I'll go around from garbage can to garbage can, from parks, from apartment complex, anywhere right now is I know where I can get cans. And I'll go around collecting aluminum cans. I told them, I know within a 12-month span, I could collect 1 million to 1.5 million cans. And if you do the math, 1 million cans times 5 cents is $50,000. 1.5 million cans times 5 cents is what, $75,000. I say right now, I know I can collect that in a year. And right now I didn't know it at the time, but they say right now when they left me and they was down in the parking lot and they was talking, and they say they laughed their ass off. They say, this dude's going back to jail, man. He talking all that. They say he's going back to jail. And what wound up happening? A month went by, okay? Right now I got a job. After a couple months, I got a part-time job. And then as time go on, they see what I'm doing. Then they see that right now, everything I'm supposed to be doing, I'm dotting my I's, cross my T's. They see my pay stub. Right now is, I don't know what, I never got a drug test, but I guess I never had really, they knew that, guess what, I didn't have a drug problem. And I think within a year and a half, me and my wife, we purchased our first home. And they like, wow. So me and the probation officer got into a conversation. And she's like, man, I'm finding this amazing. I said, what? See, I'm finding the way you're adjusting back to society amazing. And you're doing a great job. So I asked her. She said, I'm surprised. This is surprised about what? I said, better yet, how long you gave me to last? She said, 90 days. I said, you gave me 90 days? She said, yeah, but the U.S. Marshal only gave you 45 days. You know what I told her? I love it when that gun is to my head. I love it when the odds are against me. I love it when people count you out, saying you're gonna be a failure, saying you're going back to jail, that you're not gonna amount to nothing. Came home from the feds in 5 4 months, in the state 8 months, and a halfway has got out in 2000, never been back. See, you're right, and that's a blessing. So right now is, like they say, like, look at you. Look at what you're doing. And to me, like I say, I celebrated 25 years in July. July 28th of 2023, it'll be 26 years that I've been out. Didn't look back. Like I told him, man, when I got out, I'm never going back. I had to change my ways. Like I told you, I developed work ethic in jail. So I knew how it was to get up and punch a clock. So to me, like I say right now, is I don't care what anybody say. Like I tell people, do I want to work? No, I don't want to work. I don't want to work. I don't never want to work. But guess what? I'd rather be on a job to be in the penitentiary. I'd rather be in a job to be in the graveyard of a violent death. I'd rather be on a job to be homeless, to be hungry. We all got choices. All of us is rich in our own thoughts and ideals, but it's up to us to put in effect. Stop belittling ourselves. Stop thinking that we're not worthy. You are worthy. We all are kings and queens, prince and princess. We all are child of God. And we can do all things through Christ which strengthens us. Come on. Like I said, I was addicted to the penal. Facts 48 cents is easy. Hey, I was addicted to the penal since I was like 16. In and out, in and out, in and out. But once again, when enough became enough, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, I'm like, nah. Prison was my second home. But like I said right now, was nah. I refuse to let my mother loving and teaching be in vain. E-money, get it in. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I refuse. Like I said, I refuse to let my mother, my father, my big sister, my best friend, she was no longer here. Every time I went through certain things, she said it was going to be all right. She wasn't here no more. So I had to grow up. I had to get my act together. I had to straighten up, walk a straight and narrow line. Like I say, when I came home, I was on medication, Prozac. I used to take Prozac. Great inspiration. Thank you. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Hey, listen, folks, get your signed copy. Get your signed copy of my book. Like I said right now, the Beyond Lucky book, by emailing me, BriantGibbs1201 Email me at BryantGibbs1201 to order your signed copy of the Beyond Lucky book. In that book, I talk about everything. I talk about, when I got beat up, when I got robbed, when I used to get bullied, when I used to get taken advantage of. I talk about everything. You got a lot of people when they tell a story, they talk about how they always look good, nothing ever happened to them. If you can't be real with yourself, how can you be real with anybody else? Islam, how you doing, man? How you doing, my brother? Thank you for joining in. Like I tell people, this is my ministry. I am not a minister, but right now I feel it is my ministry. And I got that from, I remember I had a conversation and with the GOAT of hip hop, LL Cool J. Like, look at this brother. You family. Yeah, my brother, thank you. The GOAT, LL. Like I said right now, like he said, yo, man, I be listening to your stories, man. He said, man, like it's powerful, it's unbelievable, man. He said, what is it? And out of nowhere, I said, yo, it's my ministry. And I've been saying it ever since then. See, a lot of times people feel you don't have to be on the pulpit to be a minister. You don't have to have a church and a congregation to be a minister. The difference right now, as I'm on this platform, this is my platform. So to me, as I'm expressing myself, this is my ministry. This is my ministry, hood ministry. And like I say, that I tell people like it is. I don't care. I hated the person I once was. I was a sick soul. I used to have anger management issue. You say something I don't like, I'm gonna slap the living day out of you. Oh, come on, man. The difference is sometimes right now I had to develop, I'm saying, emotional. I just stopped being emotionally immature and start like, don't get caught up in that nonsense. We should communicate. Khalil, how you doing, man? Hey, you was in Colorado, huh? You still in Colorado? E-money get in. It's true, Bryant. You make a real impact. Hey, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, like I say, folks, listen, man. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. You know, like I told you, everybody want to know, y'all, you still the same. You didn't change. I changed. I know I changed. I've been tested. I've been tested. But you knew how I knew I changed? Because every time when I was in and out of trouble and I was in and out of jail, guess what? Coming home from prison, I already know. Come home, get my bulletproof vest, got my gun. If I got a problem, somebody disrespect my family, rob or steal or hurt my family or whatever, or do something to me, I'm gonna get my gun, I'm gonna get my vest. And guess what? Knowledge born, what's up, man? How you doing? How you doing? I'm gonna get my gun, I'm gonna get my vest. I'm gonna go after, I'm gonna fix that problem. But this time around, like I said, after the death of my mom's, after the whole transformation, after all that pain, this time around, it was like when I got closer to going home, for the first time in my life, I was afraid. I was genuinely afraid. You know what I was afraid of? I'm saying, imagine somebody break into your house. If somebody violate your family, or hurt your family, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do? Peace, positive energy, always create elevation, knowledge born. Khalil, yes. Yeah, I be watching you, man. I be watching you, man. You know, shout out, man. And right now, like I said, I got afraid. And what I got afraid of, because it's like if somebody break into my house, somebody violate, hurt my family, or before I knew, I get my vest, get my gun, go handle the situation. Now it was like, if something like that happened, what you gonna have to do? It's like I had to be like every other law-abiding citizen, pick up that phone and call the police. That was the most scariest period of my life. Whoa. And that's when I knew I had reconditioned myself. I didn't have that same street mentality. I didn't have that same tough guy, gangster mentality, taking the laws in my own hand. Like I say, and ever since then, I've been a law-abiding, productive citizen. Never look back. Never look back. And like I say, am I perfect? No, I'm not perfect. But I'm a way better person than I was years ago. And I count my blessing. Hey, listen, folks, like I said right now, thank y'all for taking the time out of your schedule to listen to me. Like I said right now, I'm trying to rebuild my platform. Like I say, shout out to, like I told you, I got what, 4,000. Let me look at it. Let me see exactly how many people I have on my platform. Let me go to my, I got 4,162. I got 4,000. This is my platform. Can you guys see it? I got 4,162 on the Real Bryant Glaze Gibbs YouTube channel. I got 4,162. So when you sit back and think about it, when you lose a platform with 64,000 subscribers, yeah, that hurt. Because once again, it's like losing a house that's paid for. Imagine losing a house that's paid for, you know, and you don't have no insurance. Oh man, imagine your car that's paid for and you get it totaled. You got to start all over. And it's rough. You got to start all over and it's rough. But like I say, folks, listen, thank y'all for joining me. Make sure right now, like I said right now, is, you know what, and to me, I'm open. If y'all got some content or y'all got some stories that y'all want to hear, let me know. I'm open. Like I said, let me know. And like I said right now, if you're going to come on my platform, as long as you're respectful and mindful, like I said right now, hey, I'm receptive. And like I told you, peace, love, and prosperity. Everybody have yourself a wonderful Wednesday evening. Thank you for signing in to the real Bryant Glaze Gibbs live. Good night. There has to be a way to get the channel back. Contact YouTube. YouTube's, that's it, man. Look, I've been trying. I lost the channel November 28th, and I've been trying. Two different change. I've been trying. Being tough is doing the right thing. And Glaze, you can save lives. God bless. Thank you, Tone Ice. Hey, like, that's my objective, man. Like I said right now, I have changed so much. I find myself like really being on an emotional roller coaster. Like sometimes I listen to some people or whatever, I try to give advice and it brings me to tears, man. It brings me to tears. So it's like growth, man. It's like once, hey folks, if you don't take nothing else from me, take this from me. Right now is stop being professional people pleaser. We so busy trying to prove and impress other people. Nah, man. Nah. You don't got to do that or whatever. You don't have to be a professional people pleaser. And like I said right now, be true to yourself and develop thick skin and avoid being emotional immature. That's it. John Mack, 30, who did do walking behind you? Hey, might be the boogeyman. Might be the boogeyman. Hey, thank you for joining me. Peace, up, and prosperity. Good night.